heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Bob, would I be able to get your last name? Can you hear me? No.
Oh,
Do you know?
I think Bob is just one of those observers, Pearl.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's it's an observer that's my understanding. It might just be an observer who's recording the meeting.
Okay.
Good to know. Which is fine. I mean, public meeting. I'm just gonna try and get these earbuds working. I got kicked out when I tried to put my headphones on.
Oh, geez.
Can you talk, Pearl? I just want to check my.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
my headphones are working. Thanks.
Good. Good.
Hello, anybody?
Hi,
Anybody?
Bruce. It's Lori.
Hey, Lori, I can't see you. I just see a picture of a phone. Let's see
Yeah,
you.
I'm just on the phone.
Okay. Hello, Pearl. Hello, Cheryl.
Hi.
Anybody else on here?
Ken's on as well.
Hello, Ken.
I can.
Let's see your lovely picture.
Super shy, Ruth.
Oh, stop that. You handsome dude. Show
Oh, come
your
on.
face.
Now you're being too kind.
There you go. Nice to see you.
Huge backlight. Sorry for that.
Who's Bob?
I think Bob is a member of the public who records meetings. We see a lot of Bob at a lot of regional district meetings.
Oh,
And that's okay because it's a public meeting. So if people want to do that, it's okay. But I have seen that before, and generally Bob does not respond, just observes.
well, welcome, Bob, whoever you are. Busy time of year, don't you think?
Director Graham, it's Pearl. I just don't really, I don't know. Are you included in the quorum or not?
I actually don't know that, Pearl, because I've never had to be the quorum at a committee level before, but I think I am.
Okay,
Because I am a commissioner here, right? So I believe I am included in the quorum.
okay.
Hey, Pearl, it's Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, I think that commissioners not being included in the quorum is only the Roseberry Commission, but
Okay.
yeah, but I'm not
I
100%
didn't,
sure on that. That's just maybe make a note for yourself to ask Jenna that. But I feel like that's the only time it comes up is when we're on that Roseberry meeting.
okay.
Yeah.
I could, does anybody know if Commissioner Bolak and Commissioner Donnell are coming to the meeting?
Haven't heard.
Don't know.
I haven't heard and didn't see an email from anybody except Rich, I think.
Yeah, I think Rich is the only one that said he couldn't attend.
I think I should maybe phone Jenna just to make sure, because I'm probably unable to look in the bylaws right now with the authenticator code not working. So,
Pearl, sorry, it's Jeff again. Pearl, are we getting close? Or do we have it, or do we need more? I can call
Well,
Jenna.
Yeah, I noticed there was an error with the meeting password, so maybe it'd be a good idea just to send a quick note to the other three.
Hey, Pearl, if you want to do that, I'll call Jenna.
okay. I can't get into my email, but I'll do my best.
I can get into my email. I'll send an email and let them know to log in through the website. Okay. And I'll send a
Okay.
link. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll send it to
Okay.
everybody. So if you're already here, disregard.
Okay, thanks.
phone call or a text or both on your phone.
Okay.
So with Elaine here now, do we have quorum?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm
Is
here.
that-
You. Hello? It says join from Zoom Workplace app. I don't know what that means.
You're on, Elaine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see anything or anybody.
Oh, okay. We can see you.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's too bad.
Somebody's so shy today.
Gee. I don't know why. It just says click open Zoom Workplace meeting. Should I be clicking on the join from Zoom Workplace app? I don't have that, so.
We can see you, Elaine, and you can hear us. So if that's
Okay,
good
that's
enough for
all I
you,
need.
not all of us have video on anyway.
Okay, that's good. Fine.
So Pearl, would you like to take roll call?
Sure. I'm just still trying, it kicked me out when I was trying to get into Zoom. So I'm just having a little difficulty getting into can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
We can hear.
Looks like Alex is on too, which is great. Hi, Alex.
Sorry.
Do you want me to do roll call for you, Pearl? Because I know
Sure.
you're having technical trouble. Like one of our apps at the regional district is down right now. So Pearl and I are both having a bit of a challenge, but I'm in my email in my other computer. So I don't think she can see the agenda. Is that right, Pearl?
Yeah, I can't see anything. I can hear
Yeah.
you, but I can't see anything. But
Okay.
sure, yeah, just go ahead. It should be fine. You can't see me, I don't think. Maybe
Yeah, we
can
can
you
see you. We
Oh.
can see you, Pearl.
Oh, good, I guess.
Hey, Pearl?
Yes.
It's Jeff. Yeah. So Jenna was able to confirm. Yeah. So Director Grant is not a not voting member, I guess, or would be not included in the quorum
Okay.
calculations. Yeah. I guess it's dependent on the bylaw. So she was able to punch that up real quick. So anyway,
Okay.
yeah, we know.
So Chair Dozenberger, is it okay if I call for the roll call for Pearl, given that our challenges with our internet or our system?
Oh, yeah, that's fine, Cheryl.
Okay, so are you the meeting's called to order? Do you want to do that?
Yes, the meeting,
Okay, I guess I should do roll call first. Okay, so
Yeah.
Commissioner Dozenberger,
present.
Commissioner Bolak,
Present.
Commissioner Donnell,
Present.
Commissioner Prosser,
Prosser? Yes, I'm here.
Prosser, sorry, Ruth. Commissioner McCulloch
Present.
and Director Graham, present. Commissioner Newton,
Not here.
not here, and Commissioner Foote.
Present.
Okay, and all now mute.
And staff members present. We have Jeff Phillips.
Yep, I'm here, and it looks like Carrie's here too. He's muted.
Present. Hey.
And Pearl, meeting coordinator.
Of course.
Hi.
Yeah.
So I'd like to call to order the meeting at 6:12 p.m. We would acknowledge and respect the Indigenous peoples within whose traditional lands we are meeting today. Number 3, adoption of agenda. I do have a couple of other topics that I'd like to add to the agenda tonight. One is swim platform. The other is that I'd like to add to the discussion is the Lombardis that are currently being worked on for two items, trees being worked on and cleaned up for safety and for emergency preparedness or wildfire risk. And then I believe Ruth said she may have an update on another topic on the wetlands to give us a brief update on what's going on in the wetland area. So do you have those 3 items, Pearl?
I'm sorry. I got the following additions. Swim platform, Lombardis. Is that?
Yeah, the Lombardy tree cleanup removal.
Cleanup. And
then the 3rd item is the Harrop Wetlands update from Ruth.
Sorry, what was that?
Harrop Wetlands update from Ruth Prosser, Commissioner Prosser.
Uplands.
Wetland. The wetland. Yeah, the wetland area down in Harrop.
Wetlands update. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd just like to canvass any other commission members to see if they have any other agenda items as the agenda came out later. If anyone else has any other topics they'd like to discuss on the meeting tonight. So if there are no other items, I'd like to move adoption of agenda for the September 11th, 2025 Sunshine Bay Regional Parks Commission meeting be adopted as circulated.
I'll make the motion to adopt the agenda. This is Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Receipt of minutes. Sorry, did I cut someone off? Number 4, receipt of minutes. The June 12th, 2025 Sunshine Bay Regional Park Commission meeting minutes have been received. 5, delegates. There were no delegates scheduled for the commission meeting. Number 6, staff reports. Sunshine Bay Regional Park Operations Update. Jeff Phillips, Regional Parks Operations Supervisor, will provide the Commission with a verbal update re the Sunshine Bay Regional Park Operations.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. Yeah, we've had a busy summer at Sunshine Bay. We are getting into a point with Sunshine Bay of fairly, and this is a good place, a fairly routine activities, and this is very good place. With just the way Scott's performing and keeping that regular upkeep. And I recall with another commission in Winlaw, it came to that point too, where we did a lot of upgrades at Winlaw and had a good contractor and good maintenance. And these commission meetings became relatively quick because things were running so smooth. So I do credit Scott a lot for that. So, but yes, so although it's been fairly routine, there has been lots of things going on. So yeah, so Scott right now is focusing any of his extra time on cleaning the beach, cleaning the weeds off the beach, and cleaning the beach up. He did almost all of the trails are all brushed now, so this is a yearly thing he does with the brush saws, and gets back and brushes all the trails back so they're more clear, more open, and better sight lines and stuff. He's working on trimming some willows, and he's working with our horticulturist Jen on some of the shrub gardens and the maintenance of that. Some of the other things we've able to finish is the trim is complete now on the new storage facility with the roll up door. He put a drain box for the hose bib outside instead of the hose bib just leaking to the grass and making it muddy. He's got a bit of a drain pit there, so that's really good. He's got the new nets on the soccer ball. We've cleaned the roof off, and we've added some reinforced the bridge hand railing. Sort of the new item, I guess, is the plywood on the half court backstop. So just yesterday, actually, we brought the plywood out to replace, and I guess somewhat unfortunately, when we took off the old plywood, the substructure in behind. This is very new information. Carrie's not even aware of this. When we pulled off that old plywood, we noticed the sort of substructure behind was fairly rotten. So so I asked the crew, oh geez, I don't know. I send me some pictures, and we're gonna have to think about this and probably figure out what's happening. And I said, just put the old plywood back on so it's usable. But unfortunately, I guess the old plywood didn't really come off in one piece. So they did put the new plywood on, but didn't paint it. I didn't want them to put the effort into painting it if we're going to have a bigger job here. So I don't know what this entails yet, because again, it's just new information. So I think, from what I understand, the footboard, the board at the very bottom, is in contact with the soil, and maybe that's just wicked up moisture and sort of rotten a few of the 2x4s and the substructure out. So again, it's very new information. I haven't gone out and looked at it. I've just got some photos, and so more to come on that. It's maybe it's a simple fix. Maybe it's just replace the bottom half or something like that, and maybe put some composite material to get that material separator between the soil and the wood, so the rotting is sort of delayed. So anyway, more to come on that. And hopefully, if it's not a huge fix, this is something that we can do this year, and then get back to painting it, and which I know has been on the work item for this year. So we'll see on that. I know we did paint the lines on there on the asphalt previously, but I just got started on the backstop work yesterday. So hopefully I can give you an update, or maybe you'll see how it all progresses here in the next few months, weeks. Also another item that it's been on sort of my list for a while. It's the border around the playground. It's been rotten for a while now, the wood, and still trying to source an acceptable, reasonable costing synthetic or composite lumber for that. So definitely have some calls out for that material, and see if we can find something reasonable that we can replace and sort of be good for for a long time. So hopefully moving away from the wood for that perimeter edge around the playground. And at the riding grounds, I think I mentioned it last time, I believe, that we have done we are creating more of a mowed trail experience in the area outside of the riding grounds area. So Scott's been maintaining that. So cutting that often, and he's also cutting the soccer field a couple times a week with this wet weather we've had. Well, up until a few weeks ago, the wetter season we've had, and he cuts the backfield once a month. And I guess if anyone else, if they're not aware, Scott also helps us out at Belfer, and we've had outside of Area E, Scott's helped at the Ainsworth Wharf because we had an employee retire, and Scott's been helping me keep that sort of limping along until we've found a replacement for the fellow that retired, which should come soon here. So anyway, again, I've said it lots of times, but Scott's still such a valuable team member to us, and and I just really appreciate everything he's doing, and as well as the other crew. So I think I'm just going through the list here. I think that basically covers the major things. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Okay, so through the chair, it's Carrie. Hey, Jeff, did you want to just mention the barbed wire fence and just finishing that last piece off that we?
Oh, yeah, and then I think I looked at the minutes earlier, and all the barbed wire around the hair portion of Sunshine Bay is now gone. I think we might have been working on that when we talked last, but that's been quite a phased project for a number of years now, but it's now finally done. So it definitely helps out with the wildlife which frequent that area. We don't have any sort of hang-ups or anything like that, and it's definitely safer for all the park users. So so that was nice to finally move that into the finished category. So thanks for the reminder, Carrie.
Great, thanks, Jeff. I do have another question about the old soccer field there. There is a old outhouse, and at one of the markets, someone had mentioned to me that they have used the old outhouse that is sitting down in that corner. I was just wondering if you've evaluated the condition of that, or whether people should actually be even going inside it, whether or not it's safe still.
Yeah, great question, Lori. It's been a while since I've been back there, to tell you the truth. I will do that. And
I went and took a look after they said they'd used it, and I was like kind of shocked and said, "Oh, really?" I thought it was kind of all closed up, but I guess it is open, right? It just has an open door, and if someone had to, I could see where, they might jaunt in there. But then I started thinking, well, it's not. I wasn't aware anyone was trying to use it, so that's what brought the question up.
Yeah, no, it's I honestly had forgotten about it a bit, so we can evaluate that. And I understand that people sort of need those facilities when they need them, and sometimes they don't get to choose where they go. So I can understand when you're going by and there's nature calls and you're going to use it. And some people sort of prefer that privacy as well. The other one's a little front and center. So yeah, if it is sort of still usable, we better maintain it a little bit better than it is, because it is starting to last time it was even hidden then. So yeah, it's like I say, it's been a while since I've been back there. But yeah, thank you, Lori. Okay. We can put that on the we'll note that.
Do we have any other questions for the park update from commission members?
I just wanted to tell Jeff that outdoor toilet that's in the condition it is, it does serve a good purpose, because when you need it in a storm, you need it.
Definitely. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Yeah. But if it's still in decent shape, then we can sign it, let people know it's back there, give it a fresh coat of paint, and obviously stock it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So can the question regarding the swim platform? The swim platform was on, I believe, as a topic last year to see if we could get one installed this year down at Sunshine Bay within the swim area, and I was just wondering if that is still on the list of items to do at some point.
Through the chair, it's Carrie here, and I can speak to that a little bit. It's still there. There's to be honest, there's just so much going on right now that will take. There's some permitting and things like that we would have to go to. I think everybody knows that specific area actually sits under a sort of special designation under MOT, or it's MOTT now. So it's kind of a Crown and Council area. So any work that's done in there technically, again, has to be, has to go to the province and actually be debated in council. That being said, I've been able in the past, the reason we're able to get the dock together and done, quite quickly, and some other things, that the swim ropes wouldn't necessarily fall under that, but a structure out there may. And that's just sort of people that we know in MOTI or MOTT, kind of helped us along with that, as well as someone who used to work in lands that I knew from when I was with the ministry, Sharon Daly. Sharon Daly's now gone, so it's a little trickier, and some of those things in there. So it's still on the list, but to be honest, it's just not up there right now with everything else that we're trying to get done around the regional district, and just kind of look at the beginning of the year and budget and what. Just with the staff that we have, our ability to kind of get everything done. So it's not that it's not there. It's just it's something that right now is sitting a little lower on the priority list, just due to timing and staff. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I think the other reason it came up again was I remember last year when it came to light that it would be a potential good idea, was because that right now with the boat launch, most of the users down at the park are using the boat launch. Like the kids are usually playing on the dock and people are trying to launch their boats. So we kind of identified it as a safety hazard to, have dual purpose on the boat launch dock, and that we thought that maybe having a separate swim platform over by the roped area would actually take away from having the kids, playing on the boat launch dock where people are backing their boats in and not necessarily watching for kids that are jumping in and things like that. And I think that was one of the reasons that came up. And I'm not sure if you were actually on that meeting at the time.
Yeah, through the chair. I don't think it was on that meeting, but I did discuss it at the time with Jeff, and I kind of knew that, and I know that we kind of had talked about that, and we've had that conversation. As I say, I do understand that issue with people wanting to swim off the dock, and it's one of the reasons why we tried, made sure we got those swim markers in so that we had a designated area that at least people could swim safely.
Right.
But yeah, so again, it's not that it's gone. It's just we do have to prioritize all the different things at all the different parks, and it was one that it will take a little bit of time, and with everything else we're trying to get done in the different parks, it's just something that may take a little more time. That's all.
Thanks.
And
Karen.
and one last thing. So Jeff and I were just in a risk management seminar today, and we did we were at Cottonwood Lake, which does have a bit of a swim platform in the middle of the lake, and there were some comments with things that we may or may have to do when we get that, or if we were to get that in any of our other parks. So just stuff that we have to consider as well. So thanks very much.
Thank you. So the second item was the Lombardy trees. I know that Jeff has diligently been chunking away at them with the contractor, and I know Scott's been helping do it. And I do get a lot of concerned people at the park, like citizens that I've run into at the market, and quite a few people have asked me about the condition of the Lombardis, because some of them are cracked fairly well, and I know that when we do get a major windstorm, that pieces start flying out, and that kind of raised the question on whether, just for safety reasons, whether or not it might be better to remove the ones that are quite damaged versus just limbing them and leaving them as wildlife. And I totally understand how, you know, the people feel there's a need for the wildlife portion of the trees to remain, but there have been several incidences in other parks, and those trees are right up against the whole parking area. So I guess the safety aspect is kind of what I've been thinking about most. And then someone else also raised the question about if a helicopter was to land on the soccer field, which I said, well, they're not really supposed to, but I think they have in the past. I think a couple of years ago when they were utilizing the park, the helicopter did actually land on the soccer field because they probably weren't aware that RDCK had actually designated the other side across the field as the area to land helicopters. And that kind of raised the question again. Someone was asking me about that with the trees and the condition they are. They thought it was a hazard for helicopters to come in and out. And I did mention, well, you know, we're hoping that they land over in the other area because that's where they are supposed to land. But because of the irrigation and sprinklers that are on the soccer field. But in the case of an emergency, I guess they could be landing in both spots. It depends on what activity would actually be going on at the time. So that was the other reason someone brought up too about the Lombardis. And then the other thing that I was starting to wonder about is the cost when they're kind of chunked away doing some of the work. When it's done piecemeal, you're still spending like a full day doing works and cleanup. And I was just wondering if it would be more cost efficient to actually remove some of them and take a time maybe in the fall when the park isn't that busy and just close it down for a day and just actually, you know, maybe get a few people and some volunteers and have the trees felled and have like a if there's a burning window, have, you know, a group of people come down and clean them up and remove some of them or more of them so that we get rid of the safety hazard.
Yeah, Laurie, those, yeah, you're right. We have spent a lot of effort to try to get those Lombardis to bounce back. I don't know if I necessarily agree we're spending any more effort than if we just drop them. If you think about it, the volume of the tree needs to be removed off the field, and we wouldn't use machines anyway. So it would, because of the irrigation system and trying to maintain the playing field surface, we don't want it rutting with excavators and skid steers and stuff like that. So I think it would always be loaded on a tractor and brought over to the backfield for burning and disposal. So I don't know if there's any extra effort doing it the way we are. I think it's maybe just deferring the effort. And it does seem like, it does seem that we're sort of losing the battle. We take all the dead limbs off, and the next year there's more dead limbs. They are assessed. So I think the safety concern, you know, we've had lots of, just in my time, we've had lots of pretty big wind events in that park. And we've had massive wind throw in the forests. But those Lombardis have never fallen. So they're clearly wind hardened. They're clearly strong trees in wind. And I think that's a testament to how tall they got and how big they are. And they are not, the branches are falling, which is why we are limbing them. But they're not falling as the coniferous trees do in the back 40 and things like that when we have those major wind events. So yeah, they are deemed safe by our assessors. As last time we checked, I think, yes, there is probably another round of work required, and maybe we should be considering dropping them. So I think, yes, I think that's the takeaway for Carrie and I. And just on the subject of the helicopter, so when you assess trees for danger, you look at them in levels of disturbance. So what's the activity that you're doing in the proximity of these trees? And landing a helicopter close to trees is the highest level of disturbance. So it takes you assess the trees in the most critical eye, so yeah, are the trees safe enough to land a helicopter? We don't assess it to that level. we assess it to the level that the park's being used. So in this case, parking, people sitting on benches, people, that kind of thing. We don't assess them for excavation work, so excavators coming around and digging, and we certainly don't assess them for helicopters landing. If a helicopter obviously emergency lands at the park, okay, that's obviously that could happen. But if it's a planned activity, our bylaws are clear that we've ticketed people on this before, helicopter companies, that permission needs to be granted by Kerry as the regional parks manager to land at the park. So I would hope that they would reach out to Kerry first. We could have this discussion with the pilots. We could assess the trees and go from there. But if a helicopter had to land on an emergency basis, I'm sure that happens all the time, and obviously they got bigger things to worry about than trees at that point. So if we assessed all our parks based on that a helicopter could land, we'd probably have to do a lot of clear cutting.
Yeah, and I think I think it was I didn't actually see it, but I think someone had phoned me and said that there was a helicopter that had landed on the soccer field, and their concern was the irrigation. And it was just one of those times when I don't think they were very well communicated, because Commissioner Bullock, I think maybe you had actually called me the last time it happened, and I think it's in the last 2 years. And first thing that went up, I think it was a BC wildfire one, for whatever reason, dropping a crew off, picking a crew up. And first thing that went through my mind was, last time we talked to them, they knew that they were supposed to land on the other field over across the creek because it doesn't have the sprinkler system on it. But then that was maybe the communication, new people changed, maybe someone wasn't aware of that. And it's something that, if they are doing that, then it would almost be that they need to be made aware of it again when it comes up. But I mean, like you said, it was probably an emergency thing. They figured they could land there. They just did it. By the time everyone found out about it, they were gone, and that was the end of it. But so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just that the protocol on where they can land needs to be communicated, but it's difficult to do that when there is an emergency. I think they just kind of land where they want, right?
Yeah, 100%. We two things. We have our seasonal employee that started this year, spent a considerable amount of time leading up to this working with wildfire, and has many contacts with them still. So that's easy to communicate back to them that where to land, and ideally you find other places to land, maybe somewhere closer to the fire they're dealing with, up on a landing somewhere in the cup walk, as they usually do, really close, get as close to the fire as possible. But if anyone does see this sort of activity happening in the park, by all means, we'd really appreciate a photo, or at least just the tail number of the helicopter. We've had this happen in other parks, and we take it very serious. And we've had some to Transport Canada come down pretty hard on aircraft in the park before. So if it's just a private helicopter, I don't know if a plane could land. Maybe one of those Piper Cubs could land on the beach, but we don't take that lightly.
Hey, Jeff and group, this is Ken. There's something up with the Proctor Village water box at this point in Proctor Creek. So I just got a call about that, and I actually have to dash.
Well, thanks, Ken. Good luck with that.
I'm going to sign off. I'll see you at the next meeting. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Ken.
It's Elaine Bullock. I'll just mention that helicopter that landed, it was very brief. They were in, and they basically dropped a crew off, and then firefighting, and then I think a couple of days later they picked them up. So, and it was actually late in the day, so the park really wasn't very busy at the time. But
yeah, it's as you can imagine, it's quite a safety hazard. So we'd prefer they would give us a heads up. We prefer they find another spot, but we don't understand emergencies do happen. But we have had non-emergency aircraft landing in our parks before, sometimes on commercial business and sometimes just people with planes just landing on beaches and stuff like that. So yeah, and doing touch and goes on our roadways on Crawford Bay. So yeah, we it's important for us to get the message that we feel that that's unacceptable behaviors and shouldn't be done because of the safety to the public, which is sort of our main mandate, I suppose.
I think as a community, we're all happy to actually have them land in the park when there's a fire concern. So
Absolutely,
I think it balances it off.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the BC wildfire, and at the time, and that it was due to a fire, but it had been several years since we've had a heli from BC wildfire land down there, so it was probably, like I said, it was just unplanned. But how do you keep them up to date on the protocol for those types of things? And maybe it's a conversation or communication to them at the beginning of the year. If there is anything that breaks out in that area, then this is the area that had been designated in the past for emergencies. Okay. Next, Ruth, if you'd like to provide an update on the Harrop wetlands.
To speak. My video doesn't appear to be working, but that's fine by me. Some interesting news about the Friends of Kootenay Lake. Delightedly, they have reformed and are energized and are doing a lot of work for us down at the wetland. In June, or was it earlier than that, we had a meeting down there, and the reason for that work was to try and control the canary grass, which is a very fast spreading noxious weed. And folks were able to get some material from the Kootenay invasive species people, a special type of barrier that was laid over the grass at a certain spot. And then the mill provided a lot of sawdust, so we spent a lot of time shoveling sawdust over that benthic barrier. And a few native species were planted at the time. There's a call out now for people who grow native species in their homes or around their property, if they would like to bring them down to the wetland and plant some more. There is another gathering planned for down there. Let me just get the date right. Sorry, be there in a second. So there are a couple of new people involved with the Friends of Kootenay Lake. So they're trying to get together some people who will volunteer to do some monitoring of species and monitoring of how the canary grass situation is going. So can't find the right one. Oh my. What was that? Is there some kind of an emergency happening somewhere?
It's something to do with your audio, Ruth. Like, do you have another
It looks like you
computer?
have two connections.
Huh. I'll move away from my computer. Don't think it's me.
Hey, Pearl, I see you here and twice. Do you have two connections, Pearl?
I do. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to get out of all of them.
I'll turn off my computer. Whoever did that, it wasn't me. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the right email to tell you about the upcoming meetings.
You are unmuted.
The Friends of Kootenay Lake came to the Sunday market last weekend to introduce themselves and to encourage community input and volunteerism. I can hear myself twice now. And they will do the same at the Harrop Harvest Festival. There is, what do they call this? I thought I was more prepared. I do apologize. I had this all set up to tell you about it, but I can't find it now. There is a couple of work days happening at the wetland, one in September and one in October, and I will find those dates and send them to everybody. Again, the idea is to plant some more native species and to get more community involvement. The other thing is something called the Kootenay Lake Stewardship in Action Summit, and that's happening in October the 25th at the Harrop Hall. And the theme is Stewardship in Action. So they would like to invite everybody to come and support the Kootenay Lake, the Friends of Kootenay Lake. And we'll have people like Robin Louie there from the Akanuki people, Andrew McKenzie, Wetland Project, as well as some lively music and a 3-course dinner. My gosh. That sounds like a fun event to come to. And you do have to buy tickets. So if you're a member, you get a $10 deduction, a discount on the summit. I can't quite tell how much the summit itself is going to cost, but I will send that information on to everybody. The Friends of Kootenay Lake will be at the Harvest Festival, so I would love to invite you all to come. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday to the Harrop Hall. That's our major fundraiser for the community hall. And there'll be lots of information there about the wetlands. So 2 wonderful young women have taken over what's happening with folks, someone called Rain and another woman called Lily. I think we've talked to Lily before, but they're both extremely smart young women and very keen and very excited about what we do down there. So do come to the Harrop Hall and support them. The wetland's looking kind of dry right now. Sorry about my dyslexia here. But anyway, I will send the pertinent stuff on to everybody. So, you know, the summit is, I said, October 25th. And the field days will be September the 27th and October the 18th. And those days we will meet at the wetland to find out. Oh, the other thing that I need to mention is that the Friends of Kootenay Lake will be putting on a presentation to the Harrop Proctor Watershed Protection Society at our next meeting, which is, crikey, it's in September 24th, I believe, a Wednesday. So they're going to come and do a presentation because we have offered them in the past some funding to help with their projects, and they haven't been able to come up with a set plan. And now they do have some set plans, which they are going to present to HPWPS, and hopefully we'll cut the check. Okay.
So Ruth, is the September 24th Harrop Proctor Watershed Protections meeting, is that an open meeting or is that just a board meeting?
It's a board meeting, and the Friends of Kootenay Lake are invited to come and give their presentation, and I don't see any reason why the public cannot attend or be a part of that. People don't generally show that kind of interest, but please, Cheryl, if you would like to be a part of that, let me know. And I'll make sure that the invitation is an open one.
I'm just going to let you know that I'm going to be at UVCM that week. And I'm also going to miss the Hair Up festival because I'm going to be traveling to UBCM that day, sadly.
Oh dear, that's too bad. It's our biggest event of the year and it should be a lot of fun. But I will make sure that you all have the right dates for that HPWPS meeting. I can't look it up on my phone right now because I'm talking into it. But I'll make sure that you have all the information that you need. I'll send it to Jeff and Carrie and you, Cheryl, and everybody else. Happy days.
Thanks, Ruth. So do we have any other topics from any of the other commission members, questions, or any information they'd like to share regarding Sunshine Bay Park?
Lori, it's Cheryl Graham, and I just wanted to invite everyone. This weekend is the last fair or the last market on Sunday. So I wanted to invite the commissioners and the staff if they wanted to come to the market on Sunday, maybe around 10:30. And I would love to buy you guys all a coffee or something to eat to just say thank you to you for all of your volunteerism and how much it is truly appreciated. So I'll be down there by about 10:30. And if you want to come down, and we can't have like a meeting because we have to have a meeting like this, a public meeting. So this is not a meeting, but it would just be for me to see you guys in person and to just say thank you. And I know that Rich and Ken have left, so I will send them an email. And it would be great to see you in person. And I would love to buy you a coffee or something to eat.
It's from 9 till noon, so come at any time during those hours. Those are the hours for the market.
So Cheryl, would you mind maybe just sending a note out to the whole commission member group so everyone has that in their emails?
I'd be happy to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. That sounds like a great idea. So I'd like to move to number 7, public time. I would like to call for questions from the public at 6:55 p.m. if there are any members of the public attending. Pearl, are you able to tell if there's any members of the public on?
I don't see any. Oh, just Bob. He's been on since the beginning.
Thanks, Pearl. So the next Sunshine Bay Regional Park Commission meeting is scheduled for November 13th, 2025 at 6 p.m. And if there is no other information to be provided, I'd like to adjourn the meeting.
Just before you do, Laurie, the HPWPS meeting is on Wednesday, the 24th of September at 7 p.m. And it will be at the Proctor Schoolhouse.
Thanks, Ruth.
Finally found it.
So I'd like to thank all the commission members and all the members of the regional district that have attended, and thanks for all your help and efforts. And there is no other comments or questions. I'd like to move that the Sunshine Bay Regional Park Commission meeting be adjourned at 7 p.m.
I just wanted to,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but I just want to apologize for all the
Bye,
background
everybody.
noise. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.